Wilfred Holmes takes a foot-forward bath in a neighborhood called Hoboland in Chicago in 1931. Two young residents of the Hooverville slum in Washington, D.C., MPI, children lived in such conditions. Our team did our best to make this video interesting for you guys. We'd appreciate your likes and subscribe. Enjoy! Bread line in California. The hard realities of the time forced people to stand in lines for 8-10 hours to get a slice of bread. The photo above shows Italian fishermen gathered on Fisherman's Wharf on December 8, 1941, after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Hungry. The photo above, captured by Dorothea Lange, shows a man who bumped breakfast from a restaurant to give to his friend in the neighborhood where the Salvation Army operated in April 1939 in San Francisco, California. The photo above shows two men sleeping on Howard Street in San Francisco, California in February 1937. The Great Depression was the worst economic downturn to hit the country, beginning in October 1929 and lasting almost a decade. After the stock market crash, Chicago residents faced huge unemployment. Men stand in a local soup line during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Chicago Tribune historical photo. In November 1930, homeless men were grateful for cots or sleeping on the floor of an apartment building on North Union Avenue when the temperature in Chicago dropped to near freezing. These men were among the 200 who were hired in November 1933 to work on the improvement of Clinton and Holman streets as part of a public works project. Employees of the Chicago Board of Education apply for their salaries to be paid in paper IOU notes in 1931. Janitors, engineers, teachers, clerks, and building contractors demanded the ability to fill out their applications on paper. A march of the unemployed passes by Salmon and Monroe streets in 1932 in Chicago. The Hooverville Camp, the longest surviving camp in America, in Seattle, Washington, stood for 10 years, from 1931 to 1941. It was built by unemployed loggers on the tidal areas of the Port of Seattle. The U.S. Army burned down the Bonus Army camp and expelled the veterans with tanks, tear gas, and unmoving bayonets in 1932. The photo above shows two men sleeping on Howard Street in San Francisco, California in February 1937. The photo above shows thousands of people listening to speeches at mass meeting at Works Progress Administration WPA, workers protesting the congressional cut of relief appropriations in San Francisco, California, in February 1939. Demonstration. The photo above from February 1939 shows the Workers' Alliance and the Works Progress Administration holding simultaneous demonstrations in front of City Hall, San Francisco, California. Long lines. The photo above shows a line of men inside a division office of the State Unemployment Service office in San Francisco, waiting to register for benefits of the first day the office was to open in January 1938. On strike. The photo above shows striking longshoremen during the waterfront strike in San Francisco, California in March 1937. Trio. The photo above, captured by Dorothea Lange in April 1939, shows a trio playing instruments in the Salvation Army area of San Francisco, California. Dance Night Away. The photo above, captured by John Collier in December 1941, shows people dancing at the United Service Organization (USO) Servicemen's Club and the Civic Center in San Francisco, California. A family of migrant workers flees from the drought in Oklahoma camp by the roadside in Blythe, California, during the Great Depression. Migrant agricultural worker and his family, Canal Point, Florida, 1939. The movement of migrant laborers was done first and foremost to provide for families. Family of migrant workers having supper, Belle Glade, Florida, 1939. One migrant packing house worker from the Tennessee with 4 children and 2 relatives eating supper. Family of migrant fruit pickers from Tennessee, Winter Haven, Florida. The image was created by a New Deal program of President Roosevelt in order to demonstrate the hardship of farm workers during the Great Depression. Children of migrant packing house workers living in a lean-to shack made of pieces of rusty galvanized tin and burlap. The children were left alone all day and often until 3 a.m. while both parents went to work.
Thank you so much for your watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you next video.